someone finally shared with us the secret to making the best Daifuku mochi at home. Hello friends, and Happy New Year's. And what could be more appropriate than making mochi at this time? So for those of you who've been following along on this mochi making journey, we have been super deep in this game. If you haven't, here's a quick recap. We started with the mochiko flour, and we did everything from steaming it, microwaving it, and cooking it directly on the stove. And then we found out about the shirtomako flour. It is the same rice, just processed differently, and it does give us a slightly more springy bite, and both rice flours make excellent soft mochi. On a technicality, we found out that this actually means we're making dango and not mochi. We then tried a bunch of recipes that actually start using the rice itself. We tried the KitchenAid stand mixer, and we even borrowed the Tiger Mochi machine. And those give you great chewy, super chewy mochi. It's kind of like almost too chewy. Luckily, through this series, we've made some critical mochi friends who've led us to this very brilliant secret, the blender.
Welcome to the Adventures of Carly-Ann Network. I'm Carl.
And I'm Adrian.
And we're all about pursuing our passions and improving ourselves a little bit every day.
And we're into all sorts of stuff here, like Carly-Ann's Corner podcast, Yoga with Carly-Ann, and of course, Cooking with Carly-Ann. So don't forget to check out our other videos. We'll link everything in the description below.
Thanks, guys.
To make mochi, you'll need glutinous rice, white sugar, and water. The night before, wash your 250 grams of glutinous rice until the water runs clear. Drain and then soak it in 174 milliliters of water for at least 8 hours. Once soaked, pour your rice, water, and 13 grams of white sugar into a blender and blend on high until smooth. Then oil your microwave-safe bowl and pour your mochi batter into the bowl. Cover with plastic wrap and then microwave on high for 4 minutes. Leave it in the microwave for an additional 5 minutes to continue steaming. Carefully remove the plastic wrap and then give it a mix. The mochi should be translucent and no longer white in color. Then prep your work surface with lots of potato starch or cornstarch. Place your mochi on the starch and then cover that and your hands in more starch. You may have to wait for the mochi to cool a little before handling, but work with it as soon as you can. Flatten the dough and begin to piece out the mochi. Remember to twist and not pull. Then begin to assemble your mochi. Place the filling in the center and draw the opposite ends together, pinching them sealed. Make your way all the way around the mochi and then flip it over and gently reshape. That's it. So there you have it. That's our recipe for doing the blender process, and it gives us that happy medium of both chewy and soft, which we think is ideal for Daifuku mochi. There's a lot of other variations on this method, including using a grinder, steaming your rice, and then putting it through a meat grinder, food processor, basically anything that you have that can kind of do a little bit of that pounding and breaking down of the rice for you. We have yet to try those methods out for ourselves, but we found that this particular recipe is the simplest way to get both the soft and chewy texture that we've been looking for since the beginning. By the way, we visited our local mochi shops, and both Ben Kyoto and Shuido both use rice flour. So the whole time we were stressing out about making mochi from the rice itself. Turns out the shops are using rice flour anyway. We hope you'll still give this recipe a try. And don't forget, for those around the San Francisco area, Ben Kyoto is closing within a few months, so please give them your final visit and goodbye. Don't miss out on your chance. Till next time, bye!